Chosen ones, you are seeing this message for a reason, and it's not by chance. God has been trying to get your attention, and now more than ever, the signals are becoming too strong to ignore. You've been on your journey navigating through life's ups and downs, but there comes a moment when God intervenes with a divine wake-up call, urging you to pay attention. This is that moment. You're at a crucial point in your spiritual path, and God is reaching out to remind you of the higher purpose you were created for. This wake-up call isn't meant to scare or overwhelm you. It's meant to align you with the next steps in your journey as a chosen one. There are times in life when we drift, unaware of how far we've strayed from our true purpose. We get caught up in routines, distractions, and the noise of the world. But for the chosen ones, God won't let you stay asleep for long. He sends signs, sometimes subtle and other times undeniable, to catch your attention. These are divine signals urging you to recalibrate, to shift your focus, and to reconnect with the purpose you were meant to fulfill. God's wake-up call is a reminder that there is something greater waiting for you, and He's guiding you toward it. You may have been sensing this for some time now, moments of restlessness, feeling out of sync, or perhaps even experiencing situations that seem to shake your world. These aren't random occurrences. They are God's way of signaling that it's time to wake up spiritually and pay attention. The things that once brought you comfort or satisfaction might no longer feel right, and that's because you're being called to a higher level of awareness. You're being prepared for something bigger, and God is making sure you don't miss it. This divine wake-up call is personal, tailored just for you. What may seem like a disruption in your life is actually God's loving nudge to realign with your destiny. He's urging you to open your eyes, to step out of complacency, and to start paying attention to the signs He's placing in your path. These signs are everywhere, but sometimes, in the busyness of life, we overlook them. As you begin to tune in, you'll start noticing that God has been trying to get your attention all along. You may have missed these signs in the past, but now, it's time to recognize the messages hidden in plain sight. Chosen one. There are signs all around you, but sometimes in the busyness of life, they're easy to overlook. God has been speaking to you in ways that are both subtle and direct, placing divine messages in your path that are meant to guide you, protect you, and awaken you to your higher calling. These signs are not random. They are intentional messages from the divine, designed specifically for you. It's easy to miss them when you're caught up in routines, distractions, or doubts, but now is the time to start paying attention. The chosen one must understand that divine messages can come in many forms. They may appear in dreams, where certain symbols, people, or events repeat themselves, urging you to pay closer attention. You may experience moments of synchronicity, those times when things line up so perfectly, it's as if the universe is speaking directly to you. These moments are not mere coincidence. They are God's way of communicating with you, reminding you that you are on the right path or nudging you toward a new direction. Sometimes the signs are even more subtle. A repeated number sequence like seeing 1111 or 444 may show up on clocks, license plates, or even receipts. These numbers carry spiritual significance and are often used by God to catch the attention of the chosen one, signaling that you are being guided. Nature itself can also carry divine messages. A bird crossing your path, the sudden appearance of a rainbow, or a significant encounter with an animal may carry deeper meaning, signaling protection, renewal, or transformation. Yet these signs can be easy to overlook if you're not paying attention. The chosen one must stay present and mindful, noticing the patterns and messages woven into everyday life. These signs are not always grand or dramatic, but they carry profound meaning. They are God's way of staying in constant communication with you, ensuring that you never feel lost or disconnected from your purpose. But to fully receive these messages, the chosen one must slow down, open their heart, and trust that these signs are not just random events but intentional guidance. As you begin to recognize these signs, you will also start to feel a deeper internal shift. There will be an undeniable inner tug, a sense that you are being called to pay attention not just to the outside world, but to the voice within. Chosen one, as you start to notice the signs around you, there's another, even more profound signal that you cannot ignore, the inner tug from within. This feeling is different from the external messages you've been seeing. It's an internal call, a deep stirring in your soul that something significant is shifting. The Chosen One knows this sensation well. It's the quiet but persistent feeling that keeps nudging you, guiding you toward your higher purpose. It's not loud or overwhelming, but it's constant, and it's impossible to shake off. This inner tug may show up as a sense of restlessness, a knowing that something greater awaits you, even if you can't fully explain it. The Chosen One may feel drawn to explore new paths, question old beliefs, or seek answers to spiritual questions they've never asked before. It's a sensation that pulls you out of your comfort zone, urging you to step into something unfamiliar but divinely orchestrated. For the Chosen One, this feeling is a spiritual invitation. It's God speaking to you through your intuition, letting you know that it's time to pay attention to the deeper currents of your life. You may feel a strong urge to make changes, whether it's in your career, relationships, or spiritual practices. These changes are part of your awakening, a realignment with the divine plan for your life. The inner tug is your soul's way of telling you that the old ways no longer serve you, and it's time to move towards something more aligned with your purpose. At times, the inner tug may feel uncomfortable. The Chosen One might experience a sense of tension, as though they are being pulled in two directions, between the familiar and the unknown. But this tension is a sign of growth, a signal that you are being called to step into the next phase of your spiritual journey. It's important to listen to this inner voice, to trust that the tug you feel is not random, but a direct message from God. The more you tune into it, the clearer your path becomes. As you begin to trust this inner call, you may notice that the external world around you starts to shift as well. This often comes in the form of spiritual disruptions, events or situations that shake your world in unexpected ways, forcing you to pay attention. These disruptions are not to be feared, but embraced, as they are part of the process of aligning with your divine purpose. Chosen One, when the inner tug isn't enough to catch your full attention, God will often step in and shake things up. These spiritual disruptions can feel like life's unexpected curveballs, situations that force you to stop, reflect, and reevaluate your path. Whether it's a sudden change in your circumstances, a loss, or an obstacle that feels insurmountable, these disruptions are not meant to break you. Instead, they are divine interventions designed to realign you with your higher purpose. When everything feels like it's falling apart, it's often God trying to get you to see what truly matters. For the Chosen One, these disruptions can be challenging. It may feel as though the world has been turned upside down. The plans you once held so tightly may suddenly seem irrelevant, and the comfort zones you've created might no longer feel stable. But in this instability, there is a divine message. You are being guided to a higher path. These disruptions are meant to wake you up from complacency, shake off old habits, and bring you closer to the version of yourself that God has always intended you to become. Often, these spiritual disruptions come in areas of life where the Chosen One has been resistant to change. It could be in your career, relationships, or even in the way you approach your faith. The disruption may feel painful in the moment, but it is important to remember that this is part of the divine plan to help you grow. God is not punishing you, He is preparing you. The Chosen One must trust that these disruptions are opportunities for transformation, and that on the other side of this challenge, a clearer, more aligned path awaits. During these times, it's crucial to remain grounded and connected to your faith. The Chosen One must not view these disruptions as setbacks, but as setups for something greater. It is through these moments that your spiritual muscles are strengthened and your vision is sharpened. You begin to see the world differently, recognizing that what may have felt like chaos is actually divine order working in your favor. As you embrace these spiritual disruptions, you'll begin to notice that the shifts in your life are pushing you toward alignment. Everything that seemed out of place or confusing will start to make sense as the Chosen One begins to see how every disruption was designed to bring them closer to their divine purpose. And soon, you'll understand why it's so important to pay attention now, as God is aligning you for something bigger. Chosen One, as you navigate through spiritual disruptions and feel the inner tug guiding you, something profound begins to happen. Alignment. Alignment is the process of your soul, mind, and actions coming into harmony with God's plan for your life. It's when you begin to realize that everything you've experienced, every obstacle, every disruption, every message, is leading you toward a divine purpose. This is why God has been trying so hard to catch your attention. You are being called to step into a season of alignment where everything starts to make sense and the path ahead becomes clearer. When you're in alignment, the chosen one will notice a shift. Things that once seemed difficult or confusing will start to flow more naturally. You'll find that doors begin to open where there were once roadblocks, and the right opportunities, people, and resources come into your life at the perfect time. This is the power of alignment. When you are walking in sync with your divine purpose, the universe responds by aligning the external world to match your internal shift. But this alignment only happens when the chosen one is paying attention to the signs and messages God is sending. The chosen one must understand that alignment is not just about external success or achievements. It's about inner peace and clarity, about feeling connected to something greater than yourself. When you're aligned with God's purpose for your life, you no longer feel like you're fighting against the current. Instead, you're flowing with it, moving in harmony with the divine forces guiding you. This sense of flow is what brings about the breakthroughs, the opportunities, and the clarity you've been seeking. However, alignment doesn't happen automatically. It requires the chosen one to be present, aware, and intentional. You must actively listen to the signs and the inner guidance you're receiving. God is constantly communicating with you, but it's up to you to pay attention and respond. This is why the distractions, disruptions, and the inner tug are so important. They are all designed to bring you back into alignment, to wake you up from the distractions of life and bring your focus back to what truly matters. As you begin to feel the power of this alignment taking shape, you'll also start to see patterns emerging in your life, divine patterns that reveal how everything is connected. These patterns are not coincidences. They are confirmations that you are on the right path, and soon you will begin to recognize them more clearly. Chosen one, once you've started paying attention and embracing alignment, you'll begin to notice something remarkable: divine patterns unfolding in your life. These patterns are not random coincidences, but signs that God has been intricately weaving together the events of your life to guide you toward your higher purpose. What may have once seemed like disconnected challenges, opportunities, or moments of clarity now begin to form a cohesive picture. Recognizing these divine patterns is key to understanding how every step of your journey has been preparing you for something greater. The chosen one must look back at their life with a new perspective. Often, it's only in hindsight that these patterns become clear. Think about the times when you faced unexpected challenges that, at the moment, seemed overwhelming or unfair. Now, with a deeper understanding, you realize those moments were necessary for your growth. They were building your resilience, testing your faith, and shaping your character. The people you've encountered, the opportunities you've embraced or missed, and even the setbacks you've experienced all fit into a larger divine plan. Recognizing these patterns is like putting together pieces of a puzzle. As the chosen one starts to see the bigger picture, they realize that nothing in life has been wasted. Every experience, no matter how small, has served a purpose in your spiritual evolution. These divine patterns are God's way of guiding you, ensuring that you are constantly moving in the direction of your true calling. It's a reminder that even when you felt lost or confused, God was always working behind the scenes, aligning circumstances to prepare you for the next phase of your journey. For the chosen one, understanding these patterns brings a sense of peace and trust. When you realize that every event has meaning, you stop questioning the timing of things. You trust that the delays, the detours, and even the disappointments were all part of the process to bring you where you are today. By recognizing these patterns, you begin to see how God's plan for your life has always been unfolding perfectly, even when it didn't seem that way at the time. As you become more aware of these divine patterns, you'll start to notice when things feel out of sync, when the flow of your life is disrupted and nothing seems to align. This is a spiritual alarm bell, signaling that something within needs attention, and it's time to realign yourself with the divine purpose you've been called to fulfill. Chosen one, there are moments on your journey when things seem off, when nothing is flowing as it should. and you feel disconnected from your purpose. These moments are not random. They are spiritual alarm bells signaling that something within you or around you requires attention. It's easy to dismiss these feelings as mere frustration or external stress, but for the chosen one, this is a deeper call to realign with your higher path. When everything feels off, it's often God's way of getting your attention, urging you to pause and reassess where you are in relation to where you are meant to be. This discomfort may manifest as a sense of unease, restlessness, or even a lack of motivation for things that once brought you joy. The chosen one might feel stuck or find that their efforts, no matter how hard they try, seem to be hitting walls. This feeling is not a sign of failure. Instead, it is an indicator that something needs to be adjusted. God is using this discomfort to alert you to the areas in your life that are out of alignment with your divine purpose. For the chosen one, these spiritual alarm bells serve as a reminder to check in with yourself. Are you ignoring the signs God has been sending? Are you resisting the inner tug that's guiding you toward change? Or are you holding on too tightly to plans or desires that no longer serve your higher calling? When everything feels off, it's an invitation to reflect on what's pulling you away from your spiritual path and how you can reconnect with the flow of divine guidance. The chosen one must understand that this sense of disconnection is not something to fear, but something to embrace. It's an opportunity to grow, to recalibrate, and to realign. When you acknowledge that something is off, you are taking the first step toward resolving it. This awareness allows you to tune in to what God is trying to communicate and opens the door for course correction. It's a moment of clarity that often precedes great change and transformation. As the chosen one begins to respond to this spiritual alarm bell, they will find themselves being drawn toward a powerful shift. This shift is more than just an adjustment in mindset or behavior. It's a call to embrace a deeper level of spiritual awakening and transformation. By paying attention to these signals, you are preparing yourself to fully embrace the shift that is coming, one that will lead you closer to the purpose God has laid out for you. Chosen one, when the spiritual alarm bell rings and everything feels out of sync, it is an invitation to embrace the shift that God is calling you toward. This shift is not merely a change in circumstances, but a deep internal transformation that realigns you with your higher purpose. It requires letting go of old patterns, beliefs, and attachments that no longer serve you. The chosen one knows that embracing this shift is a necessary part of their spiritual evolution, and though it may be uncomfortable, it is the gateway to new levels of growth and fulfillment. Embracing the shift means trusting that God is guiding you towards something better, even when you cannot see the full picture. The chosen one may feel resistance to change, especially if it means stepping into the unknown or leaving behind familiar comforts. But it is in this surrender to the process that the greatest transformations occur. God is calling you to move beyond what you've known, to step into a new phase of your journey where deeper alignment and clarity await. This shift is not something to fear, but to embrace with open arms, knowing that it is leading you closer to the life you are meant to live. For the chosen one, embracing the shift also means paying attention to the internal and external signs that are urging you forward. You may begin to feel a strong pull toward new opportunities, relationships, or even shifts in your spiritual practice. The inner tug that once felt like gentle guidance now becomes a powerful force, pushing you toward the next chapter of your spiritual path. This is God's way of confirming that you are ready for the next level, and the shift you are experiencing is a sign that you are being prepared for something greater. The chosen one must also understand that this shift is a purification process. It is a time to shed what no longer aligns with your soul's purpose, allowing space for new growth and expansion. This may mean releasing toxic relationships, outdated mindsets, or old habits that are hindering your progress. The shift brings clarity, and as you embrace it, you will begin to feel lighter, more aligned, and more attuned to God's voice guiding you. As you step deeper into this process of transformation, you will begin to see that this shift is leading you toward a greater awakening. This awakening will bring a newfound understanding of your purpose and a deeper connection to God's divine plan for your life. Soon you'll realize that you are being awakened to something profound, the call to fully step into your divine assignment. Chosen one, As you embrace the shift and let go of what no longer serves you, an awakening begins to take place. This is not just a moment of clarity, it's a profound realization of your divine purpose. Everything you've experienced, the signs, the inner tug, the disruptions, has been guiding you toward this moment of awakening. The Chosen One now stands at the threshold of deeper understanding, where the pieces of the puzzle begin to come together, revealing what God has been preparing you for all along. Awakening to your purpose is a sacred process. It's a moment of alignment between your soul and God's divine plan for your life. The Chosen One begins to see that their purpose is not just about personal fulfillment, but about serving a greater mission. God has placed a unique calling on your life, one that only you can fulfill. Whether it's through your gifts, your experiences, or the lessons you've learned along the way, this purpose has been unfolding within you, waiting for the right time to emerge. And now, that time has come. For the Chosen One, awakening to purpose means understanding that you are part of a larger plan. Your life is connected to something much greater than you could have imagined. The challenges you've faced were not setbacks but stepping stones, each one bringing you closer to the truth of who you are and why you are here. This awakening allows you to see the world differently. You recognize that everything has meaning, and that your role is to bring light, healing, and transformation to the spaces where you are called. As this awakening unfolds, the Chosen One begins to feel a sense of responsibility and excitement. There is a newfound clarity about the path ahead, a knowing that the work you are meant to do is divinely inspired. This is not just about career or accomplishments, it's about living a life that is in complete alignment with God's will. You are being called to step fully into your role as a Chosen One, to embrace the purpose that has been placed in your heart, and to walk confidently in the direction God is leading you. With this awakening comes a deeper connection to God's voice, guiding you toward your next steps. The Chosen One will soon find that this understanding is not the final destination, but the beginning of a divine assignment, one that will require your full trust and faith as you step into the life you were destined to live. Chosen One. The journey you've been on has led you to this pivotal moment, the moment where you are called to fully answer God's call and step into your divine assignment. Everything you've experienced, the signs, the inner tugs, the disruptions, and the spiritual shifts, has been preparing you for this. Now, you stand ready, equipped with the understanding, strength, and clarity you need to fulfill the purpose God has laid out for you. This is not just the end of a chapter, but the beginning of your greatest spiritual work. Answering this call means embracing who you truly are as a Chosen One. It means walking in your purpose with confidence, knowing that every step you take is divinely guided. You are not walking this path alone. God is with you, leading you, supporting you, and opening doors that no one else can open. The doubts and fears that once held you back no longer have power over you because you now understand that you were created for this moment. Your divine assignment is unique to you, and God has been waiting for you to step fully into it. This assignment may require you to step outside your comfort zone, to face new challenges, and to grow in ways you've never imagined. But the Chosen One is ready for this. You have been strengthened by every trial, and now you have the spiritual tools to handle whatever comes your way. Answering the call doesn't mean the journey will always be easy, but it does mean that you are prepared for it. You are now walking in alignment with God's will, and that is the most powerful place to be. As you step into this divine assignment, know that your purpose is not just about you, it's about serving others, bringing light into the world, and fulfilling the role that only you can fulfill. The Chosen One is called to make an impact, to inspire, to heal, and to lead. This is your moment to embrace that role, trusting that God will guide you every step of the way. This is the culmination of everything you've been working toward. You've answered God's call, and now, the doors of opportunity and purpose are opening wide before you. The path ahead is filled with possibilities, and as you step forward, you carry the light of a Chosen One, shining brightly for all to see. Your divine assignment has begun, and you are ready to walk in the fullness of your purpose. This is just the beginning of a new, powerful chapter in your journey.